Hello there. Hope we are all well today. Today, I'm here with you to talk very specifically about yogurt products. And the chances are that this is going to be coming to you in your program quite near the beginning. And that is because yogurt is such a staple. It's so useful for fertility because it's got live cultures in it, so it's really good for our gut. And when we use the right one, it can be an excellent source of protein. Aside from that, there's also the fact that it's got quite a long kind of fridge life, despite being minimally processed. It can last in our fridge for quite a long time. And it's just easy, isn't it? It's there, we take it out, we go on with our day. So very regularly, my clients will use yogurt every day. It's not uncommon at all for my clients to have Greek yogurt and berries and something else for breakfast, or maybe something like overnight oats featuring berries and, obviously oats, but of course, yogurt. And one of the things that I see very regularly is a variance in the type of yogurt. And it's not uncommon at all for people to assume that, okay, this looks fine, I'll grab this. This is the best kind of value per kilogram. So this video is specifically going to look at the macronutrients that are in these yogurts. Now, I'm using kind of UK based ones, but I've worked with many ladies in the States and Australia and Asia. And I know that the things I'm about to talk about here are commonplace there as well. Okay. So let's get started here. Let me just share my screen. The first thing we're going to talk about is the option that, where possible, unless I've told you otherwise, I would really like you to avoid. Okay? So let's scooch over to here first. When you first start having yogurt, it's not uncommon to walk into the supermarket and see all these yogurts, and then you'll see Greek style yogurt, and you'll think, oh, perfect, that's probably about two-thirds of the price. Sometimes it's about half the price of an actual Greek yogurt. And you think, okay, it tastes the same. It says Greek on it. I'll just get that because I'm going to be having a lot of it. Now, the reason I don't want you consuming Greek style yogurt on the regular is that Greek style yogurt is a bit of an imposter. Okay, it's something that's created by mostly supermarkets. Actual kind of the yogurt manufacturers don't tend to make a great deal of these, but the supermarkets do because they've caught on that so many people are trying to up their protein level. And they are clever enough that they know that if we just see Greek, then we'll assume that it's a Greek yogurt. But always be careful of here where it says Greek style yogurt. So let me just give you an example on this page, okay? So I've typed in here fat-free Greek yogurt. I haven't typed in fat-free Greek style yogurt. I've typed in fat-free Greek yogurt and look at what comes up. Greek style, Greek style. These two are actual proper Greek yogurts. Greek style, Greek style, Greek style. Okay, now this is just on the first page of Google. Okay, and what I want you to just be really wary of is where it says style, because they're not daft. They dress them up to look exactly like a Greek yogurt, and they're cheaper. But let's actually look into why these are less helpful for us. Most people will have a Greek style yogurt over just a normal yogurt. Sorry, most people will have a Greek yogurt over natural yogurt because they're trying to up their protein. Okay, sorry, excuse me. Let me just turn that off. Most people will select a Greek option because they're trying to up their protein. Someone like me or someone else in their life has said, yep, go for Greek yogurt because it's less processed and it has more protein. So when we think we're doing this, but we actually go for Greek style yogurt, let's look at what we're actually getting, the macronutrients out of it. So this is 100 grams, and all of the examples I'm going to show you are 100 grams, just so that we're doing things on a like for like basis, okay? 139 calories, absolutely fine, not a problem at all. But how is that broken down? That is broken down as 14 grams of carbohydrate, 5 grams of dietary fat, and 4 grams of protein. So when we look at our pie chart, and again, if you're not familiar with this pie chart, Please don't get stressed about it because you will be, okay? I promise all of that's coming. This here, now because this is the only thing I've tracked this day specifically for this video, this shows us the actual breakdown of where those calories are going. So we believe that we're buying a Greek product, even though it's Greek style, only 14% of those 100 grams, only 14% of those 139 calories are coming from protein. So this Greek style yogurt that's masquerading is actually a carbohydrate source. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to be careful of when you're buying them, whether you're buying online or in the store, just make sure that it doesn't say style. That's the giveaway. That's the thing that I would like you to avoid. Okay. And then let's move on to whole Greek yogurt or whole fat Greek yogurt, full fat Greek yogurt. Okay. So here we have 100 grams of similar. This is Greek yogurt that hasn't had the fat removed from it, okay? And it's 82 calories. Again, very nice. We're not even bothered about the calories. 6 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 4 grams of protein in that 100 grams. When we look down, we see that because of the calorie density of dietary fats, that 53% of the full fat Greek yogurt calories are coming from dietary fats. Now, that may not be a problem if you're trying to get your weight up, if I've asked you to really, really bulk up your dietary fats. I'm not going to get into that here because there's a lot more coming on that about the best dietary fats. But just so that you know, when you're buying full fat Greek yogurt, there will be variances, of course, and I will teach you how to kind of interpret food labels. But if we're treating this as a protein source, we need to understand that protein is actually the least dense nutrient in full fat Greek yogurt. Okay, I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but it's not a protein source. So then let's move on to 0% fat Greek yogurt. Now, for most of my clients, when we start tracking their food, most of the time they are lacking in protein. And I will ask them, okay, right, I want you to switch your yogurt over to a 0% fat Greek yogurt. To be clear, this is not because I'm trying to get your calories down, and this is not because I'm not a fan of dietary fats. Far from it. It's because this is a fast and easy way to get lots of protein into you at once. So if we look at this same portion, 100 grams, 59 calories, fine, by the by, but let's look at the breakdown. 4 grams of carbohydrates and 10 grams of protein, okay? So this is what this looks like when we switch over to 0% fat. It's not about removing the fat, it's about packing in the protein. And I hope that's really, really clear, and that's specifically why I've made this video. We are not looking to remove anything, it's about getting things in. Because even if we were to spend all day eating loads and loads and loads and loads of Greek yogurt, say we were to eat like 2 big tubs of it, I don't recommend that, by the way, but this is still what the macronutrient intake is going to look like. And I want this higher for you, okay? So Yucca has quite a decent, if you're UK based, they have got quite a decent article on it. Although Eagle Eye Clara, they've actually included a Greek style yogurt in here, which I'm not a fan of, but I'm guessing there's a reason they have a short recipe, so it's not hugely processed. There we go, but it's still Greek style. But the rest of these I think are really, really good. Greek style natural yogurt. Yeah, so forget the ones that say Greek style, but the ones that are Greek yogurt, these are the ones that are good. The supermarket versions are excellent. The Aldi versions, the Lidl versions. If you have access to Graham's Dairy, that's what I have every day. I have 0% skyr because that also delivers loads and loads and loads of protein. Hopefully that's very clear. If I'm confusing you or making things less clear, then please do tell me, because that means that this video hasn't made any sense and I need to re-record it to be clearer again. All right, my darlings, have a smashing day. See you later.